Hello everyone, Vampire218 here bringing you another Draft Pokemon Spotlight video. Today, I will be looking at Krookodile. Now, looking at its stats, Krookodile has 95 in HP, and that's not the worst in the world. That means he can take a hit because it's pretty bulky. Not the best in the world, but it could be better, but it's not horrible. Attack at 117 means he's got a pretty decent attack. He can hit pretty hard. Defense at 80 and special defense at 70, these are not the worst in the world. Combining with the 95 HP, it makes for a pretty bulky Pokemon. 65 special attack is pretty bad. You don't want this thing on the special side just because of that's really low. And its speed is 92, meaning it can just outspeed those base 90 mons, which is really good. Now, it's a dark ground type, meaning it is immune to electric and psychic. It resists dark, ghost, poison, and rock, but is weak to bug, fairy, fighting grass, ice, and water. So immediately, it has quite a few weaknesses, and you're going to be wanting to pair this with something that can cover those weaknesses. A bulky water type and a bulky fire type, as well as a psychic type, and then just like something, I mean, realistically, it's a good Pokemon. It just has a lot of weaknesses you need to look out for. Now, it has 3 abilities. Anger Point, which I don't see myself building around, just because crits are so uncommon in the league. I mean, they happen, but you shouldn't build around them, right? Unless, I mean, you just shouldn't build around a crit, especially your opponent landing a crit on you. Intimidate, which is a very good move, it lowers their attack by 1 stage when this Pokemon switches in. And Moxie, which increases your attack by 1 stage whenever this thing kills a Pokemon. That's really strong. It is in the UU tier, which means for the value you get in UU, that's pretty good. It's a pretty good Pokemon. Going down to the moves, I will spotlight just a few of them. Aerial Ace for flying coverage, Aqua Tail for water coverage, Brick Break, although you do get superpower, so you have fighting coverage, Crunch and Knockoff as dark coverage, you get Outraged for dragon coverage, Earthquake for dark coverage, Fire Fang for fire coverage. You know, as we keep going down, we will have Iron Tail as steel coverage, although again, one of the things you'll see a lot is the accuracy I don't like on Iron Tail, just that 75, it was bumped up to 80. I think I'd like it quite a bit more. Low Kick, it can put in work, although I think Superpower is just a little bit better. And as we continue down, Pursuit, having a Pursuit Trapper is always good. We have Rock Slide as your rock coverage, even, you know, it has Rock Tome as well. So it depends on what you really need. If you have a Pokemon that's quad weak to rock, or something that's going to be doing speed boosts, Rock Tome's never bad. Sand Tome if you want it, if you need to trap your opponent for some time. Smackdown, never horrible. It gets Shadow Claw, which is another ghost coverage move. Stone Edge, probably the best stone coverage, rock coverage it gets. Thunderfang is electric coverage. Taunt, and quite a few other good utility-based moves. So overall, it's a good heavy hitter with good utility-based moves. Now, its checks and counters. This thing does not want to be taking a heavy special hit. This thing doesn't want to go up against a bulky grass type. It gets wrecked by fairy types. Having a 117 attack means that it can get walled pretty hard by a good physical wall. Fighting types that outspeed it can hit it pretty hard. And burns. You know, having your attack is a really big issue, so you got to be careful of that. You really want to be bringing a cleric on this thing, so just be aware of that. Now, going into some of the sets I would like to show you. This is a set that is going to be maximizing your bulkiness as well as retaining some good special defense. Now, Earthquake, Outrage, and Knockoff, you get Stab from Earthquake and Knockoff with Outrage for just massive damage, as well as letting you do something to some of those dragons that you might see. Having the Assault Vest means that you can take special defensive moves or special attacking moves a lot better than you usually would. And having Intimidate means that, you know, you switch this thing in, it can take a few more physical hits than most other Pokemon because they'll have a lower stat. Including the fact that we have maxed our HP, this thing can put in a lot of work. Low Kick here is just a placeholder. You can run anything in this slot that you think you'll need coverage for. If you're going up against a lot of flying types, run Stone Edge. If you're going up against a lot of water types, run Thunderfang. I mean, you can make this spot your own with whatever move you feel is best for the matchup you're going for. This one is a Intimidate Life Orb set, and it entirely is based around, you set up your Stealth Rocks, so you could lead with this thing, and then you either do massive damage with your superpower, you force them to do an unfavorable switch, and you Pursuit Trap them, getting massive damage from the double Pursuit power and Life Orb, or you just Dragon Tail them out to take more Stealth Rocks damage. Now this is a speedy attack set with just a little bit in your defense, just to and I actually boost the defense here so it can take an extra hit, because again, Dragon Tail has that reduced priority, but Superpower, Pursuit, and Stealth Rocks don't. So that's what this set is. It's more of a utility based tricky one, so you just have to be careful of that. Now, the next set I'm bringing is another similar one to the last one, but it's pure defensive. This thing has Leftovers, Intimidate, Stealth Rock, Taunt, Dragon Tail, and Foul Play. Now, this set is designed entirely to set up your rocks, prevent your opponent from setting up rocks, force the switches of the Dragon Tail, and use their own attack against them. Now, Foul Play kind of interferes with Intimidate, but if you're going up against a massive physical hitter, it doesn't matter, okay? I mean, it just doesn't matter. You're going to be hitting pretty hard regardless, so. And then that's just what it is, it's all HP and defense, so that it takes those physical hits easy peasy, and you live. And again, on this set, you could go for a more offensive version with Rocky Helmet, and that is a note. Now, this one starts with my Moxie sets, and this one is EQ, knockoff, superpower this is a choice-banded Moxie set. It's meant to be very fast and hit very hard. So you have Earthquake for a stab move that hits everything but flying mons, knockoff to knock off their items and hit really hard stab knockoffs. Superpower hits everything but flying and ghost. It hits flying, but it doesn't hit flying the way you want it to. And then Shadow Claw hits those ghost types. But this slot right here, the Shadow Claw slot, you can prioritize that however you want. You can make that into a rock move if you're really afraid of flying types. You're going to be locked into one move here, so you want to be choosing the best moves that will cover more than one of their mons, and then do neutral damage to the others. So you can play around with the moveset quite a bit, but this it's got good speed, and it already has massive attack. So that's the choice band set. This is the similar, more fast set. It has Aquatail, Outrage, Knockoff, Firefang. Again, these move sets, you can make them however you want, although I do highly suggest Knockoff, because the utility there is just unparalleled in other moves of the Dark type. So unless their entire team resists Dark, you should be bringing Knockoff. And then again, the other three moves, whatever you think you need, you bring. Now this is just massive speed. It has Jolly, it has max speed and Scarf, so that this thing can take down faster Pokemon, and that's its entire job. This thing hits hard, kills the faster Pokemon because they're not expecting maybe a Scarf, and then you have an attack boost, and they're down a Pokemon. So the last one I'm bringing you is a Life Orb Moxie set. It's knockoff, Outrage, Superpower, Shadow Claw. Again, the moves, make them your own, put them how you feel you would like them. This is similar to the choice band, except that you're not locked into a move and you use slightly less damage. But because you're not locked into a move, you can switch it around. If they bring in, if they have a fairy type, you're not forced to Outrage after you confuse. You're not forced to superpower into a ghost type mod. So this is really utility-based version of damage. Anyway, I have been Vampire218, bringing you my draft Pokemon Spotlight of the Pokemon Krookodile. If you liked the video and you want to see more Pokemon Draft League content, please leave a like, favorite, share, comment, and subscribe for more. Bye!